Let's go to the qualitative. So again, if you are interested to collect the qualitative data, then you can do it by interviews or focus group. Also, you have to describe where, when, and how interview are conducted. How did you find and select the participant, and how many people took part, and also what form did the interviews take? That means it was it a structure or semi-structured or unstructured. Structured means it is almost similar to survey. The question was fixed. In some cases, the question was there are some options. Semi-structured, it is some questions are fixed, some questions are not fixed, and unstructured, there is no formation of the question. You will ask instance and based on the situation. So, what form did you take the interview? How long were the interviews, and how were they recorded? Because if it is an interview, you must have to record so for further analysis. So how it is recorded, whether the permission from the interviews have been taken or not. So many issues are there. You have to mention everything in your research. Okay. Then and also if you use the practical participant observation, then describe where, when, how you conducted the observation, what group or community did you observe. I already mentioned the Royal Bengal tiger in Sundarban. So did you observe, and how did you gain your access to them? Sometimes, there are some tribal group, they don't permit outsider to enter their region. So sometimes many people died, many researchers died to do research on the lifestyle of the tribal group. You will find many news regarding this. So how did you gain access to them? You must have to mention it. How long did you spend conducting the research, and where was it located? You must have to mention the location. How did you record your data? That means audio visual recording or note taking. All the things you must have to mention in your research methodology section. So again, if you select existing data for qualitative method, then you have to explain how you selected the case study material, such as the text or images, for the focus of your analysis. What type of material did you analyze, and how did you select or collect and select them? So how this data is sufficient for you to perform your research, you have to explain the reason. So here is an example of qualitative method. Can you please again read it? Any one of you, please read it.
Okay. In order to gain a better insight into the possibilities for improvement of the product range, semi-structured interviews were conducted with 8 returning customers from the main target group of Company X. A returning customer was defined as someone who usually bought products at least twice a week from Company X. The surveys were used to select returning customer participants who belong to the target group 20 to 45 years old. Interviews were conducted in a small office next to the cash register and lasted approximately 20 minutes each. Answers were recorded by note-taking. 7 interviews were also filmed with consent. 1 interviewee preferred not to be filmed.
See, if you are interested in interviews, again, this is the way you have to report it. That means you have to say what were the structure, that means semi-structured, unstructured, or structured. Then with whom you have performed the interviews, and again, where you have performed it and when you performed it. Okay, then who were the target group of your interviews, and also again you have to mention everything. What was the duration, and how you recorded it by note taking or audio visual, everything you have to mention. Okay, if I go for an engineering example, you will find many. Okay, if you go for any research article, let me show you one of my research article. Oh, I have already stopped the screen share. Am I right? I think I have also stopped the screen share. Can you see now? Let's go by a random example. I have already opened a paper because I have studied this paper. This is not my paper, but I have studied this paper for a research uh, uh, in the semester. That's why I am showing an example from engineering. See, just see the title of the paper. Can you see? Tell me, please.
Yeah, it's
I can hear you. This is medical image denoising using convolutional denoising autoencoder. Don't focus on the title. It will be not easy for the other students. But the main target is to remove the noise from a medical image. So I am just focusing on the experiment demonstration purpose. See, they say for the data, how they collect the data. We use two data sets. This one, mini MIAS dataset for mammograms, and also the dental radiography dataset. And the first dataset has 322 images of this size, and also the second dataset, dental dataset, four X-ray images collected from 40 patients. This is the resolution, and random images from the both datasets are shown. They have shown the sample size of the datasets. And see again, when they report they are reporting the experimental setup, they said all images were processed prior to modeling. Pre-processing consisted of resizing all images to 64 by 64 for computational resource region. Why they reduce the size 64 by 64? Because the size was too high. If they apply their algorithm on this size, it will take too much time, or it will not be computationally efficient. That's why they make it 64 by 64, and they mention it, that is for computational regions. And different parameters details they have provided, the parameter details they applied for using the noise, that means the corruption. And again, they said that instead of computing a single image at a time, flattened data set with each row representing an image was corrupted, hence simultaneously perturbing all images. Corrupted datasets were then used for modeling. Relatively simple architecture was used for convolution deep autoencoder CNN DAE. So the thing is that what I am trying to say, and they say that okay, they use Keras and they use this SR Aspire notebook with this capacity 10 GB RAM, or also no GPU, and they say they use this. Do you understand? So that the experiment can be reproduced. Do you understand what I am trying to say? They say every details how they perform the experiment, okay, so that other researchers can be validate their research. Frankly speaking, we have compare our research with the paper. As they mentioned, we have used the same data sets, and we also use this sample data set. So the most important thing here is that whether you are using, Alhamdulillah, I have showed you an example of 3 types of research. Am I right? One example are here for quantitative, that means this is the survey, and another qualitative, this is the interviews, and I have also showed you the experiment. Am I right? Hello? So this is complete package. So we are covering for all other discipline as well.